Hey, beautiful people. So, this is your first time coming on my channel. I am Gina. My channel is named Regina Smith. That is my government name, but I like to go by Gina or Jeannie. Depends on where you meet me at, what you know me by. But, anywho, my channel started out all about dealing with grief. Grief. I lost my cousin Yolanda to breast cancer. Unfortunately, it spread it throughout her body. She passed away last year of November 22. So I just been documenting different things I've been doing. I've been putting up a lot of shorts. To be honest, I haven't really felt up to doing a full video. Um, for one thing, I moved. I made a big move. I live in the Philadelphia area, so I moved from Southwest to Fox Chase. That is a huge difference in, miles. So it's like I feel like I moved from one side of the city to the other side. So I'm still unpacking. I'm still getting used to the neighborhood. I like it. The only thing is kind of downer is there's no convenience stores. So that's something I have to get used to. But my mother lived in North Philly. Our family home is in North Philly. So I tend to hit the corner stores, the convenience stores before I come up the Fox Chase. Um, on the side of me still, not really feeling up to doing videos, like full videos like this. Unfortunately, I'm dealing with another loved one that is passing away. It's my stepdad. He is in hospice right now. Um, and yes, it's cancer. He has bone cancer. Um, they tried doing chemo, but the chemo wasn't working because of other health conditions he has, and his body is not strong enough to take the chemo. So at this point, we are just taking it day by day. Um, I feel myself out and start, feel like I'm gonna cry, like tears are coming on. Each, I don't know, I feel like not only each day, but each hour is challenging because I can go from having a good moment to crying. So today was a day of just me taking my time, moving slow. I woke up. I had a test I was supposed to do today, but I really woke up and just was like, freak that test. I don't feel like it because the test was at 8:30 this morning. I was just like, no, I don't feel like getting up. Yesterday we got a little bit more bad. We got more bad news about my stepdad. So we know he's already in hospice, but things are getting worse at this point. Um, so this morning it was just like, I'm okay. I'm gonna take that test. And I moved so slow. I did get up. I did some meditation. I stretched. I apologize for not recording that part, that process, because that's still part of the grief process. But when I tell you, I don't have anyone to record for me. I do everything by myself. So I did not feel up to setting up camera, recording me like fake getting out of bed and oh I'm so sad I'm not doing that test. No, my channel is real. Like I don't do anything um pre-planned, other than setting up the camera and then going. So if I have a moment where I don't feel like setting up the camera, I'm gonna just tell y'all about it later on. Um, yeah, even dealing with grief from my cousin and then having to deal with my stepdad, and then my father is in Louisville, Kentucky, but he also is dealing with cancer, throat and lung, and they had to take his vocal cords out, so he has to use that little machine to talk with. And he called me, and I couldn't understand him. Only thing I can make out was, "When are you coming to see me?" But it sounds so urgent, like we need, I need to see you now. I need to see you now, and the earliest I can get there is July. Because, like I said, I just moved. I just came back off a trip. hopefully you guys see my videos from our trip, because the trip was all about my cousin Yolanda. It's hashtag live like Londa. Um, yeah, so every time I'm drinking and I'm with her sister, or any other family member that's part of this hashtag live like Londa, I'm gonna take a video of just us taking shots or taking a drink. Her favorite drink was tequila. Um, it's actually a tequila I want. It's it's in a porcelain bottle. I don't know the name of it because I'm not a drinker. I just started drinking um more because I would sip a little bit, but I just started drinking more since Yolanda has passed. I'm gonna be honest. I'm in the state of Pennsylvania, so I can say it because I have my medical marijuana license, so I smoke. I'm not. I was never a big drinker, but I became a drinker. I was drinking a lot in Vegas. Um, we kept doing these things called flights. It's like you get 3 drinks for one price, and when I tell you, that is like the best. Me not being a drinker, when I came back home, we went out to dinner, and I'm like, oh, we don't get 3 drinks for one flat rate no more. And my cousin like, no, we're back home. We're not in Vegas anymore. So, um, and I'm definitely smiling. I'm happy I have a smile on my face because, like I said, it go from moment to moment. An hour ago, I was crying. So, I was cleaning the bathroom, had my earphones in, cleaned the bathroom, did a little meal prep. I made this like fruit salad with pears, mandarin oranges, and grapes. And the juice from each individual fruit, and then I put like a little honey, a little cinnamon, and I like put them all in jars, and I put them all in jars and put them in the refrigerator. Taking one for lunch. I prepped my lunch. Taking my lunch with me tomorrow. Made me something to eat, and I was just like, what do I want to do now? Because I still feel very restless. So I was just like, oh, you know what? Go set your camera up and do a video so you can post an entire video. Because I've been posting shorts, and I need to post a whole video. Um, One thing I do want to say before I end this video is with my cousin passing and me talking to my stepdad, and he's actually bringing up situations with him and my mom um, that was like in the 70s. Just to kind of give y'all a little background. So I am the youngest. This is my brother's father. He's older than me. Um, we don't, of course, we don't have the same dad. That's why I'm calling my stepdad. By the time I came along, him and my mom was done. But I was always around him. Like I knew who he was all my life. I always knew that was my brother dad. I remember going over to his house, and he's always kind to me. It was never any anger thrown towards me because my mom, broke up with him and got with my dad. I don't know the the time frame because I wasn't there, but I do know my dad was the next relationship after him. But anywho, um, you know, me talking to him is a lot of things he didn't let go of him and my mom relationship not working out. And as I'm listening to him talk and I'm realizing, I'm just like, wait, we're grown. This man is still holding on to stuff from before I was even born. And I'm 44. So we got to go back past 44 years ago, that the stuff that he's speaking of. And it just made me realize that, in talking to my cousin's boyfriend, that we all got to go. Make sure that you have closure. So when you are on the final moments of your life, you're not thinking about how something didn't work out with someone else. What it could have been if I would have did things differently. I'm on a journey of like healing, like completely healing. So yes, I am single. Um, I'm not in a hurry to get in a relationship. My last relationship, I thought we were going to stand the test of time. Um, yeah, I got a rude awakening on that. And it's weird because he has moved on in a relationship, but he ain't happy. He keep reaching out to me. So it's definitely a thing of I don't want that either. I don't want to move on so quickly and then still reaching out to the ex. You know, it's like if you're gonna move on, move on. You know, I think that a lot of people walk around in life and don't find closure for themselves. Not so much with that other person. Looking deep within yourself and saying, hey, I know I did all I could have done. Um, I can't make that person be or, be more than they want to be to me um, or elevate themselves. Because I'm someone that I'm constantly evolving. So I realized that with my partners, I can't have a partner that's comfortable with being stuck. And when I say comfortable, I don't mean like they happy to be stuck. I mean like they comfortable in the way of they don't like change. They don't want to make change. And it's like for me, I love new things. I love trying out new things. I love going to new places. I love just doing different things. I understand that keeps me going, especially when I'm in a rough place of dealing with grief. Like that's what made me do the channel because I've been wanting to do the YouTube channel, but when my cousin passed, it was like I needed something to do. Like I needed something that I can do. Like I didn't need anything that I would need another person to do. And I said I don't need anyone to hold the camera. I bought me a stand for my phone. Bought me a light. I have like several different setups. Like if I'm on a bed, I have a table for to set me up on the bed. If I'm sitting in a chair, like I'm sitting in a chair, I have a table for that. I have if I want to stand up, I have a taller stand for my phone. So right now I'm on a little stand. I have a taller stand for my phone. But basically the moral to this is that I'm a cancer survivor, breast cancer survivor myself. And I remember I went to one of these banquets that was thrown for cancer survivors and it was a news anchor that she used to be a news anchor. Now she just does freelance work and stuff like that. But she wrote a book because she's a cancer survivor as well. She wrote a book, and it was all about doing something new every day, learning something new. The book is beautiful. I can't remember the name of the book right offhand. I think I lent it to one of my cousins, but it was so inspiring. So I also when I can get there, when I'm not tired, I do like a pole class, a CrossFit class. Um, what else have I done new? But the moral to the story is that I'm open to doing new things, and I enjoy doing them. I realized too, like I like being fit and in shape. I like being able to do whatever I want to do physically because it was sucked being stuck in the bed for almost 5 years. In and out of surgeries, doing different treatments, chemo, radiation, back to chemo, surgery for this, surgery for that, surgery for this, surgery for that. So for 5 years, that's what my life was. So I'm just like, you know what? It's time to get back to you. Get back to doing the things you like to do. Um, yeah, I think that I'm going to close this video out on that because I'm still smiling. No tears came to my eyes. Not thinking about my brother, dad in this moment. Not thinking about my cousin in this moment. I think that I'm getting ready to maybe binge watch this TV show I fell in love with. If anyone has Amazon Prime and you have the BBC network or Acorn or Icon, that's the name of it, I believe. Look up this show called A Place Like Home. I basically like this. If you someone that you like older TV shows set in older times, I think this is set in like the 50s, I think 1953 or something like that. And it's based in Australia. Just a heads up, I don't know why, but I like British Network. Don't ask me why. It's a couple of shows that are my favorite shows, and they are from the British Network. So that's a whole nother story. But check out this show called A Place Like Home. And my first favorite show from the British networks is Murdoch Mysteries. It's all about a detective. Basically, it's like Law and Order and I'm trying to think of something old. It's like Law and Order and the History Channel merged together because it starts in I think like the late 1800s and then slowly moves up to like I think the last season maybe um in like 19 oh 1910. That might be the last season, like 1910, but it starts off in like the late 1800s. And when I tell you like a lot of the storylines, they'll have like people like Nikola Tesla in it, and it'll really be like what we found, what we have read in history, who Nikola Tesla was. Alexander Graham Bell, um what's the guy, Henry Ford. And it's all based on like they speaking of their early days, like when they were just getting started out, when no one believed in Henry Ford cars. It was like, what's a car, what is that, what's, well, I'm sorry, it wasn't called car back then, it was called automobiles. What's an automobile, what is that? So it's something without, you gonna drive it without horses. It's definitely weird. Like, but I'm a history person, so I really get a kick out of that TV show. So that's why I was like, I definitely they in season 16, Murdoch Mysteries, and a place called Home. They only did 8 seasons. They're done. Like it's old. I just realized like they first aired like in 2014, but in 2014 I was not looking at that stuff. Like was looking at that. I never heard of it. So this is both of them are good shows, and if you're a history person like me, check out Murdoch Mysteries. Start from the beginning. Go back to season one, and work your way up to 16. Because you may feel kind of lost if you just jump in there on 16. Because a lot of TV shows, they kind of, to fill airtime, they kind of go back in time on the TV show. They'll bring up stuff that was from like 2 seasons ago or whatever. So Murdoch Mysteries definitely does that as well. But yes, I'm gonna get back to binge watching a place to call home, and you guys enjoy if y'all go check it out. Love, peace, and hair grease.